7 great reasons to delay retirement. Duane, what are you talking about? This is a channel about retiring early. I know, but you have to get both sides of the argument. If it's your choice to delay your retirement, if you're not ready to make that leap early or regular age, I want to give those good points because there are some good points. It's not my choice. I would rather retire early and spend all that time you have left doing what you want to do. But if you do want to delay retirement, here are 7 good reasons to do that. Number 1, you can have meaningful work if you're in a position at, let's say, a senior position in your company where you can kind of decide what kind of work you'd like to work on. If you have a group of employees that are working below you, certain things might come across your desk. You might be able to pick and choose and say, I'd like to work on this, and I'll have them or this specific person work on something else. You could have meaningful work for yourself if you are set up in your work environment like that. Think about it. There could be projects that you have always wanted to take on and, saying, okay, I might have another 2 years of working. Go to your boss and say, these have been sitting around for a while, something on the to-do list. I'd love to take this on, because I think it'd be a passion for me to do this, to work on this. I do a good job. There's a reason. If you're set up like that in your company, might be a good reason to delay retirement for a while, right? When you're working on anything you love to do, it's not really like work, is it? And you'll be delaying retirement a couple years, pick up some extra money on the way by delaying that retirement. Number 2, more social interaction. What happens in retirement sometimes is a lot of people, here we go again, time for my morning vodka to get rid of this scratchy throat. Nothing like vodka in the morning. When you're retired, social interaction can be an issue. People who are isolated, they may not have much social interaction. When you're still at work, whether or not these people are good friends of yours, just coworkers, whatever, having that social interaction, it stimulates the mind, right? It keeps the mind going. It gets the mind off yourself. That's one of the biggest problems of isolation. You ruminate on all your problems. Social interaction, just by its nature, takes that away for the most part, right? Because you're concentrating on the conversation. You're concentrating on what the other people are going through. Social interaction is great. If that's a reason, if you feel like you might be isolated when you retire, might be a good reason to keep working. Number 3, you can align your retirement with your spouse's retirement. Let's say they're, 2, 3, 4, 8 years younger than you are. You can delay your retirement if you're in a good situation, if you like what you're doing, if you're not just sitting there like I was at the end of my work, my last couple jobs going, oh my God, do I have to do this another day? Another day? I can't do it. I can't do it. If you're not like that, if that's not how you think of your current job, delay it until your spouse retires. That way you can align everything perfectly to when you both get out, where you can both enjoy retirement together. You can both go through those stages of retirement together. The go-go years, the slow-go years, the no-go years as you age. Sounds good to me. Number 4, if you're not completely ready to retire, taking a couple more years might let you ease into it. It's a transition into full retirement by doing that. You could even, go from 40 hours a week. Ask your boss if maybe you could work from home. A lot of people are doing that nowadays anyway, but you might not have been able to. Say, have a conversation. I'm probably going to be retiring in a couple years. Would it be possible to work from home? Or would it be possible to just take a little off my workload? Let me work 30 hours a week. Let me work 20 hours a week. A lot of people aren't in that situation, right? But you could have an understanding boss. You could have an understanding company that you work for that'll allow you to do that. If that's the case and you're not ready to retire, you're never going to be 100% ready, okay? But if you're not 85, 90%, whatever, ready to retire, It's a good way to transition into retirement. Nothing wrong with that. All of these points are good points, and there's nothing wrong with delaying retirement if that's what you want to do. If you're not ready to retire, if you don't want to retire early, and you still somewhat enjoy what you're doing, no one's forcing you to retire early. Take a couple extra years. Shouldn't be an issue, right? Number 5, there will be fewer retirement years to finance. Okay, if you, instead of retiring at 62, you retire at 67, 5 less years you got to finance on your nest egg. If you're not, comfortable with how much you've saved for retirement, hey, push it off. Push it off for 2-3 years, whatever it is. Instead of planning for a 30-year retirement, you could plan for a 25-year retirement, right? A lot of people do that. Nothing wrong with that at all. If you're not comfortable where you are on your investments, on anything, push it off. You got less years to finance. You could push it off to 70. My dad retired at 70 because he loved what he was doing. Pushed off a lot of those years where he might have been sitting around twiddling his thumbs instead of doing what he loved. He was a college professor. He loved teaching. Push it off if you need to. Shouldn't be an issue. It's all about you. It's all about your retirement and how you define it. Number 6, you can postpone your 401k withdrawals. No one's going to be standing there with a gun to your head and saying you have to start taking 401ks when you're 72 years, let's say 63 years and 2 months. That's it. You have to start taking it then. No, you can take 401k withdrawals when you want. Well, until you get to RMD age, which is 73, then you have to start taking automatic withdrawals. But up until then, you can wait till you're 70, whatever, While you're doing that, your nest egg builds up. You can take more other withdrawals. You don't have to rely like I am on a 4% rule. You could bump that up to like 5 or 6% per year you can withdraw and still be safe with your money because you don't have to finance a 30-year retirement anymore. It's a good way to look at it. Hey, and if you guys are watching me for the first time, my name is Duane. This channel is about retiring on moderate income. If you're interested in something like that, strategies, stuff like that, think about subscribing. And if you like it, please like the video. The last one I have is if you delay your retirement, your Social Security checks will get bigger, right? That always helps. If you're not ready to retire, your 401k will get bigger. Your Social Security checks will get bigger. I think it's 7 or 8% per year. They increase each year you delay taking your Social Security. It's another good reason. So guys, those are all really good reasons. If you want to delay retirement, you can. I know it's a channel about early retirement. There are good reasons to delay it as well if you're just not ready. No problem with that. And remember guys, as long as we're safe with what we're doing, as long as we're secure in our retirement plan, we got this.